We often think that happiness is a destination, a place we arrive at once we've checked all the boxes. For 18-year-old Aryan, that destination felt like a distant mirage. To the outside world, he was just another high school senior preparing for the biggest exams of his life. But inside, Aryan was drowning. The pressure of his studies, the constant comparison on social media, and the suffocating feeling that he simply wasn't enough made his life feel like a heavy, gray mist. Every morning, he woke up with a familiar knot in his stomach. Every night, he went to bed with a mind that wouldn't stop screaming about his failures. He felt miserable, trapped in a cycle of doing without ever truly being. He was searching for a secret, a way out of the darkness, but he was looking in all the wrong places. One Saturday afternoon, driven by a restlessness he couldn't name, Aryan found himself walking through the city's oldest park. He wasn't looking for a lesson. He was just looking for a place where he didn't have to be a student, a son, or a competitor. As he walked, he noticed an old man sitting on a wooden bench, surrounded by vibrant, blooming flowers. This was Mr. Khan. He was a legend in the neighborhood, a man who had lost his business and his home years ago, yet walked with a peace that kings would envy. Driven by a sudden burst of desperation, Aryan stopped in front of him. With a voice cracking from exhaustion, Aryan asked, "Mr. Khan, I see you here every day. You have nothing left, yet you look like you own the world. Why am I so miserable when I have everything I'm supposed to want?" Mr. Khan looked up, a gentle smile creasing his weathered face. He gestured for Aryan to sit beside him. He looked at the boy for a long moment before answering. "Sit, young man. You aren't miserable because of what you lack. You are miserable because of what you carry." Aryan shook his head in frustration. "I carry responsibilities. I carry my future. How can I just drop them?" Mr. Khan chuckled softly. "I didn't say drop them. I said, you need to learn how to pour them out." The old man reached into his bag and pulled out 2 glasses of water and a small container of salt. He handed Aryan a small handful of the white grains. "Put that salt into this glass of water and take a sip," he instructed. Aryan did as he was told. He stirred the salt into the small glass and took a mouthful. He immediately winced, coughing as he tasted the harsh, briny liquid. "It's terrible," Aryan said, wiping his mouth. "It's bitter. I can't drink this." Mr. Khan nodded. "Now, take that same amount of salt and come with me." They walked in silence to the edge of the large, shimmering lake in the center of the park. The water was deep and clear, reflecting the blue of the sky. Mr. Khan signaled for Aryan to throw the salt into the lake. Aryan watched as the white grains vanished into the vast blue expanse. "Now," Mr. Khan said, "drink from the lake." Aryan knelt down, cupped his hands, and drank the cool water. He sighed in relief as it refreshed him. "Does it taste of salt now?" the old man asked. "No," Aryan replied. "It's fresh. It's pure." Mr. Khan placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. "The pain of life is the salt, Aryan. It is a constant. Everyone gets a handful. We all face pressure, loss, and disappointment. But the taste of your misery depends on the container you put it in. If you have a small heart and a narrow mind, like that glass, your life will always be bitter. But if you expand your soul, if you become the lake, the salt no longer matters." In that moment, the knot in Aryan's stomach began to loosen. The secret wasn't about changing his life. It was about changing his perspective. He realized he had spent years making his world as small as a glass, focusing only on his fears, his ego, and his failures. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the water, Aryan felt a weight lift from his chest. He realized that the exams, the social media comments, and the expectations were just grains of salt. They only had the power to make him bitter if he allowed his world to stay small. He started to practice what he called the lake mindset. When a teacher criticized his work, he didn't let it poison his whole day. He let it dissolve into the vastness of his long-term goals. When he felt lonely or inadequate, he reached out to help others, expanding his heart beyond his own skin. He learned that happiness isn't the absence of salt, it's the abundance of space. The secret of happiness is simple, yet most people spend their lives ignoring it. Stop trying to get rid of the salt. Life will always have challenges. Instead, work on becoming the lake. Expand your gratitude, widen your perspective, and realize that you are so much bigger than the things that worry you. When your heart is large enough, no amount of bitterness can change its sweetness.